If anyone's watching this, this is my first video, and I'm not completely sure why I'm making videos to begin with. It's just something that I wanted to try out, but it's something that my friend told me about a week ago, because I was going through something and I talked to them about it, and they said that you know that I have like a lot of interesting thoughts and that I should write a book, but I really don't like writing. So I'm just gonna try to document some of my thoughts here and just some of the things that I'm thinking. So one of the main things that I wanted to talk about today was just like purpose, because personally, I feel like that's something that I really struggled with, especially recently, because I'm only 16, but since I was like 11, 12, I spent such a long time thinking that I was going to go in a certain direction, that I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And, I worked hard at it. I worked hard at it. But then, like now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure if that's the path that I want to go down anymore. And I'm not sure if I kept on doing it because I like to do it, or because I already knew that I put so much time into it, and I was just keeping on going because I wanted to see the success from something that I put so much effort into. And I just feel that as people, a lot of the time, I'm sorry if you hear any fireworks, it's Memorial Day weekend, but I feel like a lot of the time as people, we tend to always want to know the exact direction that we're going. We want to know the path that we want to take before we take it. And that's something that I struggled with a lot. Not with like the small things, because, I always like just kind of trying to figure things out as I go. But I feel like with the big things, we're not like trusting enough in ourselves that we'll just go down the right direction and we'll go down the right path. And so the thing I was struggling with, that I talked to my friend with, that I mentioned earlier, it was my purpose, because I spent so much time invested to it. And I talked to my other friend about the same thing, and something that they told me was that it's okay to just relax a little bit. It's okay to just take a break. And it's okay to not know exactly where you want to go in life. And it's okay to kind of just make the path as you go. And that's not to say that it's bad to have goals and aspirations, but I'm saying that if you don't know what those goals and aspirations are yet, that's perfectly fine. And that no one really knows anything, and that's perfectly fine. Even just making this first video, it was kind of something that I contemplated for a little bit. And even before I started recording, it was something that, I just thought about, because, I don't know exactly what I want to do in life, but I feel like no matter what I want to do, or I felt like whatever I wanted to do, that these videos would kind of be something that like people look back on, and it may ruin what I want to do in the future. But that's to say that, even with what I said earlier, that if you do know what you want to do, then you should just go at it. You should just try. You should try your best. And it's pretty generic advice, but it's like, even with the thing that I spent 4 years thinking that this is it, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I love doing, I spent almost all of those 4 years, instead of actually trying to go at it, I spent so much time planning, so much time trying to figure out exactly how to do it right. And I think that's to say that a lot of the time, you kind of just gotta go for it. You're not always gonna know exactly what's gonna happen, and that's okay. And you're not always gonna know exactly where you wanna go, and that's also okay. And that's something that I'm still trying to come to terms with myself, because even now, I still don't know exactly the direction that I wanna go. I still don't know exactly what I want to do, and I spent the last few weeks really trying to figure that out. And I've just been trying to stay off my phone, trying to stay off social media, all that, and kind of just like be in tune with myself more, and kind of just give myself more opportunities to figure out what I actually want to do, what I actually enjoy doing. Because something that I struggled with for a long time, something that I still am like getting over, is that kind of just wanting to have something to do, not just in the sense that I'm bored, but in the sense that I see all these people around me, and I don't mean like older people, I mean like people that are the same age as me, doing like all these great things, like going to tournaments, going to national tournaments, being recognized, getting awards, traveling, just having fun with others, being outside, just doing all these things. And then I compare that to myself and I realize, oh, I'm really not doing anything, to that level. I'm really not doing anything as great as what they're doing. And that's something that I struggled with for such a long time, because I felt like I was constantly behind. I felt like I was constantly, I always had to catch up. I kind of had to like prove myself, because all these people are doing these amazing things, and I want to do these things as well. Not in the sense that I want to do the exact same things that they're doing, but in the sense that I want to do things that are important, or things that I think are important, and things that I think are amazing, and things that I think are like deserving of recognition. And I'm still struggling with that, because like I'm not sure. I really don't know everything, to be honest. I just feel as though I'm behind, and it's something that I'm trying to get over, because it's okay for me to not know exactly what I want to do. It's okay for me to not know the exact direction that I want to take, because something that I do know is that I know the parameters of what I want to do. I just don't know exactly what it is that I want to do. Because something that I knew from like a pretty early age, and even now I'm not 100% sure about it, but something that I knew was that I didn't want to go down the traditional route, which was, going to college, getting a degree, using that degree in a certain job, just living in a house, having kids, just all that. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad life, and if you aspire to be that, that's perfectly fine, and that's good if you know that that's what you want to do. But I knew that I didn't want to do that. I still want to go to college, and I still want to get a degree. I don't want to drop out, but it's like I know that I want to do something that not necessarily that can't be taught, but something that you can't just go to school for. It's not something that you can't just learn. It's something intrinsic to myself. And I look up to like rappers and artists and all of these people, because I feel like they have it figured out. And not to say that I want the same lifestyle as them exactly, but it's kind of the model for how I want to do it. Except I know that I don't want to do music, because I've tried it and I didn't enjoy it as much. So this is to say that, it's okay to, sorry again for the fireworks, but it's okay to have an idea for what you want to do, but not exactly what you want to do. And, I'm not 100% sure myself, but I think that if you just trust yourself and trust that you're going to be able to figure it out, and, kind of just go with the flow a little bit and just believe that things are going to work out and you're going to end up where you want to, then those things will actually happen. And it's not just believing that you're going to make it to a certain place. It's kind of embodying that belief that you're going to make it to that certain place. And, and it's something that people always told me, that, oh, it's okay to not know what you want to do because you're only 16, because you're so young, because you still have time. But, I never really felt content with that, because what if I'm the same way in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? So I just want to say that, regardless of how old you are, it's fine to not know exactly what you want to do. It's fine to kind of just, not necessarily be going through the motions, but being lost a little bit. And I think that the way to be found is to trust yourself. The way to be found is to realize, this is something that I got from Profound Ponderings, but it's to realize that you are the journey, and the journey is created by walking it. So, as long as you're open to finding what you want to do, as long as you're open to new experiences, as long as you're open to what, God is telling you to do, then you'll eventually reach there. And like I said earlier, I feel like, I have such a great vision for how I want my future to be. I know what I want to wake up every day, or I know what I want to look around at. I know how I want to feel. I know, somewhat what I want to do, but not exactly. I don't know the profession that I want to go down. It sounds kind of basic and kind of like cliche, but I know that I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. I want to, I want to be famous. I want to have money. I want to have all these things. And everyone says, oh, these things come with issues, but it's still something that I at least want to experience. And, I just want to experience these things. And I know that. So, and this is to say that, it's something I'm still working on myself, but you kind of need to embody your desires, and you have to hold on to them as if they're a part of yourself. And, if you just keep on going and you just keep on looking for new experiences, keep on being open, then those things are going to come to you. And it's something that I'm really still trying to come to terms with myself. I'm not the best at everything. I don't know everything. And that's something that I really struggled with. But it's okay to not know exactly what I want to do right now, as long as I'm just open, just trying new things, like trying to figure it out, even though there's also no rush in trying to figure it out. It's okay to just relax. It's okay to take a day. It's okay to take a week. It's okay to take a month. But still understanding that, that you're trying to find something, I feel like that's enough. And having that desire to know will eventually lead to you having that knowledge, and to you eventually knowing what it is you do want to do. Yeah, like I said, this is my first video. I'm not sure if I'll be making more, or if this will be the only one. It's kind of just something I'm trying out. Like I said earlier, I'm just trying different things, trying to see what I do like to do, what I don't like to do. So I do want to end off this video with a Bible verse. I just have it written down right over here. And it's from, I can never pronounce this, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, which says, "For everything there's a season, a time for every matter under heaven." So, just believe that there is a time. There's a time for you to know what you want to do. There's a time for your purpose to bloom. And once you have that purpose, hold on to it and never let go of it. Chase after it, embody it. And, I feel like once you do that, you'll be at a better place than you are right now. And you'll constantly be at better and better and better places. And you'll find contentness. You'll find success in everything that you want to do. If you made it to the end of the video, just thank you for watching. You know, I really appreciate it. Being a YouTuber, it's something that I wanted to do since I was younger, but you know, I'm not 100% sure if it's something that I really want to pursue yet. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you. Have a nice day.